Welcome everybody to HBK. Hello everybody, welcome back to HBK. Great to have you with us. We hope you learn to love God and to live for God whilst you are here. Please also like this video, subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all we do. This month our theme is press play, get in the mix. And we are thinking about how, just like music in a playlist can inspire us and make us feel confident, the right stories from the Bible, the right soundtrack in our hearts can inspire us to be confident in God. And we want to focus on confidence this month because confidence is learning to see yourself the way that God sees you. So we've got another story for you today, and we want you to learn from hearing this story that God can use you no matter what. We're going to hear about a man called Gideon today. We're also going to have a get going game very quickly. We'll show you a craft activity and set you a little challenge and look at our memory verse one more time. So let's kick it all off with the get going game. Over to me. Okay everybody, earlier in the month we challenged you to a game of Hum That Tune, and we're going to play a little round of that right here, right now on HBK. I'm going to hum 4 tunes. Let's see if you can guess them in about 10 seconds or so that I'm humming it. Should be nice and easy. I've picked some favourites, either from everybody in the world or some that you'll have known if you've tuned into any of the things we've been doing here online as a church. Hopefully you can guess the tunes that I'm humming. Name that tune. Let's go. Tune number 1 is Did you get it? Hopefully that's an easy one. It was Happy Birthday. Tune number 2. You might not know that one if you've tuned into our Messy Church videos or you've been part of our church for a little while. You'll recognise the song Waymaker. Let's have tune number 3. Did you know that one? Nice and easy. It's not the right time of year if you're watching this in June. It was Jingle Bells. Tune number 4, last one. Another one you'll probably recognise if you're not new around here. Here we go. There you go, fans of Messy Church, fans of that song will recognise the tune to Great Big God. Hopefully that's lots of fun. This month we're all about press and play, getting in the mix, thinking about how music encourages us and make us feel confident, and we're building on that to think about where our confidence truly comes from, and that is from God. Back to me. Thank you, mate. A bit of fun there. This week our bottom line is God can use you no matter what, and we're going to hear the story of a man named Gideon.
Good morning HBK. I wonder if you know what confidence is. When you're confident about something, you're pretty sure you can do it. Let me give an example. I'm confident that I can throw one ball up and catch it. Easy. I'm quite confident I can do it with 2 balls. Like that. Not too bad. But when it comes to 3 balls, I'm not confident at all. Let's try. You'll see why I wasn't confident. Now, one thing we can be very confident in is God. God is always there. God always loves us. But God can also give us confidence to do things. And the best story that I can think of that explains that is the story of Gideon. Now, when Gideon was alive, the people from God's people, the Israelites, had turned away from God, and God had allowed the enemy, the Midianites, to take over the land. And the Israelites complained to God, because the Midianites were eating all their crops and killing all their animals. And God sent an angel to a man called Gideon and said, "Gideon, you brave and mighty warrior." Now Gideon wasn't confident at all. And he said to the angel, "I'm the smallest man, from the smallest clan, from the smallest tribe in the whole of Israel. Why do you call me mighty warrior?" And the angel said, "Because God is with you." But Gideon still wasn't confident. And he said to the angel, "If God is with me, show me a sign." And Gideon was cooking. He was about to. He had some bread and some meat, and he placed it on a stone. And the angel sent fire, and they weren't only cooked, but they were burnt to smithereens. And Gideon was now a bit more confident that God was with him. So he blew his trumpet and called all the people of Israel to form an army to fight the Midianites. And he got about 30,000 people. That's a bit like the whole of Hawley and probably Smallfield as well, to come with him and go and fight the Midianites. But as the battle got closer, Gideon lost his confidence again. And he said to God, "Show me another sign to show me that you're with me." And he said to God, "Tell you what, show me a sign to prove that you're with me. I'll lay a fleece, a sheepskin, on the ground overnight. And if when I wake up in the morning, the sheepskin is wet, but then all the ground around it is dry, then I'll definitely know that you are with me." So that's what Gideon did. Before he went to bed, he had a nice dry fleece and he laid it on the ground. And he went to bed. The following morning, Gideon got up and went to look for the fleece. And it was soaking. Water poured out of it. Ugh. But the ground was absolutely bone dry. And Gideon was a bit more confident, but still not very confident. So he said to God, "The following night, I want to do the same thing, but round the other way. This time, I want the fleece to be dry and the ground to be wet." So that's what happened. The following evening, Gideon got the fleece and he laid it down nice and dry on the dry ground. And he went to bed. Then the following morning, he got up. And what had happened? Well, yes, the fleece was still nice and dry. But the ground was absolutely soaking wet. So Gideon was ready to fight the battle against the Midianites. But God said to Gideon, "Your army's too big. I want you to know that it's my power that's going to win this battle. You've got 30,000 men, that's far too many. Tell those that are scared that if they want to go home, they can." So Gideon went to his men and said, "If you don't want to fight, you don't have to. God says it's okay." And of the 32,000, 22,000 went home. Now that left Gideon just 10,000 men. Probably the number of people that live on my side of the A23. So sort of around the Meath Green area and around that sort of side of the A23, by the wreck perhaps, but probably 10,000 people there. And God spoke to Gideon again and said, "You've still got too many." He said, "Take them down to the river and get them to have a drink. So the Israelites went down to the river to have a drink, and some of them drank it straight out of the river using their mouth. Something like this, I guess. And some of them cupped their hands together and drank it like this. And God said, the ones that cup their hands stay in the army, and those that drank out of the river can go home. Which left just 300 men. That's about the number of people that live in my road. And they were going to fight the Midianites, these huge people that had been living in their land for such a long time. And that night, Gideon very quietly went into the Midianite army to listen to what they were talking about. And he heard two of them talking. Two of the Midianites were saying to each other, "We fear the Israelites. We think they're going to defeat us." And now Gideon was really confident. God had done all these signs for us, and he'd heard the Midianites saying they were scared. So that night, the 300 people that were left circled all round the Midianite army, and they blew horns, and they smashed their pots that their lights were in to make a big light. And the Midianites were scared and worried, and they started fighting each other and killing each other, and then the rest of them ran away. And God had given Gideon, the man that wasn't very confident at all, the smallest man from the smallest clan, from the smallest family in the whole of Israel, God had given him victory. And the people of Israel said to Gideon, "Become our king, you're such a great leader." And Gideon said, "You already have a king, and that's God."
There you go, Gideon was a young man, came from the smallest tribe, smallest town, not much going for him. However, God had a plan and a purpose for him, and he believed in that, he went for it, and God did amazing and huge things through his life. The same could be true for us if we're willing to listen and do what God asks us. Doesn't matter how young we are, how small we think our influence is, he can use us no matter what. Here's something you can make to help you remember that story of Gideon.
Hello everyone. So today we're looking at Gideon and how God can use you no matter what. Hello Leo. Hello Pippi. I was telling everyone here that today's craft is about Gideon. So we're going to make a paper torch.
Oh, like the one here with paper flame.
Yes, and we need some yellow and red paper, a cardboard tube, a pencil, scissors and glue. Oh, I see, so we draw flame shapes onto the yellow card. That's right, and we do the same with the red card. Great! That gives us lots of paper flames to stick onto our torch. Yes, we stick them onto the cardboard tube like this.
That's good. I could make this. Bye for now, Leo. Bye everyone.
You could have a go at this paper craft if you wanted to. Bye for now. See you next time. Bye.
Those crafts look fab. Make those, stick them up around the house to remind you God can use you no matter what, just like he used Gideon. Our challenge for this week is to get in touch with us and tell us your favourite worship songs. So songs that are written in praise to God or sung in praise to God, we call them worship songs. If you've got any favourites, maybe you come to church regularly and you've got your favourite ones, Maybe you're new to the whole church thing, but there's some you've seen on YouTube or heard through virtual services that you just really like. Let us know what they are. We'd love to hear from you about what favourite worship and praise songs are. You could even play a little game of hum that tune again with your favourite songs and the people just around you wherever you are. Let's look again at our memory verse of the month, which comes from Psalm 27 verse 13, and it says, "Here is something I am still sure of. I will see the Lord's goodness while I am still alive." Say that to yourself every day. Try and remember it, memorise it each and every morning maybe, so that when you go through the day you can be reminded that God's goodness is something you are seeing whilst you are alive here and now. That is the end of our session for today. We pray you've learned to love God and to live for God. We hope you have a wonderful week and a super Sunday. We will see you next time, but it's bye for now. Bye bye. Shut the window. Look at shiny today. It's warm. It's warm in this. There you have it. Gideon was a young man, come from a smallest tribe, smallest. Those crafts look fab. Hum 3 or 4 tunes. It's gonna be 4. I'm gonna hum 4 tunes. Let's see